Hello there. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Boisterous coming to you with some more SCL action from the map Ohana. Spawning down here in the bottom right-hand corner for his team Impulse Gaming, we do have Sakura as the dark green Zerg. And up here in the top left-hand corner, the cousin to Brendan the Blackfish, if nobody's going to get that reference, but I went with it anyway. We have Redfish as the red Protoss with the awesome-looking decal. That's a pretty sick decal, I gotta say. Now, of course, you guys might all be wondering why is this happening again? It's because my computer crapped out. So, of course, this is going to be game 2, and it's going to be Sakura, who just actually won the last game. This is an all-kill format league. He's spying down here in the bottom right-hand corner, which I think I already mentioned. You know, there's a good second time for everything. Don't worry about it, guys. Just ignore my random ramblings. They're not that important to the actual gameplay. Redfish is going to be going for a Forge Fast Expand, which I actually like on Ohana and lets you get that really fast natural. And then from that natural, it's actually a pretty easy expand to your third, because all you got to do is knock down these back rocks, take your third, and then you are basically all set to go. It's not that difficult. Sakura is actually going for the 14-14 build. It would appear to be. I would like to see him go for something like a 14-14-17 as far as hatchery timing goes. Get the 17 drones up, get the hatchery, slap it on down. I think that would probably work pretty well on a map like Ohana, because it would let you leap right into your third base. It would let you expand quite rapidly after that original expand. And of course, if the first 15 seconds of this game are kind of messed up, it's because I'm toying around with XSplit currently, and XSplit apparently does not like you when you start the video, when the video starts. So the screens might be a little bit messed up as I introduce our players, and as you know, their workers are kind of just running back and forth. However, after that, it should clear up. It should look a lot better. We have Redfish building the photon cannon actually before his Nexus. And Sakura looks like he wants to pull off like a pylon block. However, I don't think he's going to manage it. Oh, one of the most awesome things ever almost just happened. We almost just had a building block by a Zerg player. Have you ever seen that happen? Anybody? Has anybody ever seen somebody manage to block a Protoss's expansion with a hatchery? Because that's just like revenge. That's like a smack in the face. You're like, boom, what's up? What's up? You can do it. We can do it too. Huh. Yeah, that's right. Now, of course, Sakura is not going to be forced into an all-in this game, which is quite nice. Because I really want to see Sakura try to macro play. Because last game was almost like the Protoss lost it for himself. With that improperly placed photon, or I guess the wall was done well. The issue was that he canceled his photon cannon, he canceled his photon cannon at like 95% when 10 roaches were right outside his door. That is not what you want to do. It looks like Redfish is actually going to be, he's going to be quite defensive. He's climbing up onto the walls of River Run. He's fortifying them. It's all good. He's getting that second photon cannon up. He is preparing for the Lannisters to come knocking at his door. And I think I've taken this joke far enough. I think you all understand what I'm getting at, and that is that I am supremely nerdy, and I read the Game of Thrones books, because, sometimes literature is better. Sakura has a nicely positioned Overlord here. It's basically, a stone's throw away from just peeking in, checking out the third, making sure nothing's happening over there, making sure there's nothing kind of interesting going on. He's just getting ready to check. Sakura is transferring a couple of drones down. And, this is very standard for both players. It's very standard macro play. The only really unstandard thing is that he didn't pull any drones off of gas. And he's not going for a layer, and he already has Zergling speed, so he just has like 200 extra gas. That's really not going to be of any use. We have a Redfish going for a Stargate, and Stargates are actually, they're pretty powerful on this map. I wouldn't say that this is the best map to go Stargate on, because the best map is obviously Metalopolis. I don't know if anybody could actually disagree with me there, because it's obviously the truth. I can't think of a better map to go than Metalopolis, because the mineral lines are literally right there. They are right freaking next to each other. It's like you fly your Void Rays over, you harass the main mineral lines, you fly your Void Rays back, you harass the natural mineral lines. You make the Zergs cry, and then you leave. And then, well, I mean, usually the Zerg leaves after you make them cry. However, then you can leave. We do have a wonderful Overlord Scout happening right here. It's going to be seeing the full picture with this Stargate with a Void Ray in production. And, you know, as a reaction, he does exactly what he should do. He drops his Evo chamber. He's going to be getting ready to drop them Spore Crawlers. He's going to be getting them good to go get them. And, of course, Spore Crawlers is pretty good against Void Rays. I mean, Void Rays are not supremely strong air units until they get charged, and then they are supremely strong air units, and they're actually unkillable. I'm not sure if anybody knew that. It was kind of like a background fact that Morhaime threw into the game. I don't think Morhaime even works on... Does he? Dusty. Yeah, Dusty. He just threw it into the game. Dusty just like, you know, Void Rays, when they get to full charge, they actually start leeching life off of their opponent and regenerating shields. And that shield can actually go into a 4 times overshield. I'm not sure if anybody knew about this fact. It's just an interesting little side thing that if you're truly into the metagame of SC2, you know it. You know, it's all chill. The second queen is out along with 3 Spore Crawlers for both base. He's kind of playing the campaign, especially with the Spore Crawler link right here. That's almost defending nothing. You know, you could move your Spore Crawler here, and it could probably still defend, you know, the layer pretty well, along with the mineral lines way better than it can over there, because at this point your Extractor's kind of naked out in the open, and Extractors don't like that. Extractors get a little bit cold and chilly when they're naked. And the red fish is moving in. He only has 3 Zealots and 2 Void Rays, so his army is not that strong. And versus the awaiting spines of the queens and the, you know, waiting acid of the roaches, I don't expect this attack to actually do that much. It almost took out a queen. I mean, he traded a Zealot's life for almost a queen. You know, I'd say that was like 80% of a queen, so it's kind of worth it. You know, mathematically speaking. As far as damage dealt on both sides, it's close. We have Redfish actually. Yeah, he is on multi-gate production. For some reason, I thought he was only on 1 gate production, which was like, oh, why is he only on 1 gate this late in the game? But I was completely off base and completely wrong. And we actually see Sakura going into Spire play, and that's pretty impressive, because I think Redfish, with this Void Ray play, he was trying to pigeonhole Sakura into going for some sort of Hydra retaliation, because that's really the standard thing to do when you get attacked by Void Rays. You go for Hydralisks. However, one of the things that people really don't understand is that, you know, going for mutas is actually also a very good thing, because yeah, sure, Phoenixes are great against mutas. However, it takes a lot of focus to micro Phoenixes like you need to against mutas. Plus, while those mutas are, you know, distracting the Phoenixes, your ground army is completely destroying theirs, because theirs is kind of weakened by the fact that they have Phoenixes and you don't. You just have mutas that kind of chase them off. And, you know, it's a pretty good strategy. Redfish would appear to be tearing down his destructible rocks. This isn't a solo job for a Zealot or anything. Now, this is like a 4-man Stalker bro squad. They were like, hey guys, let's go do some work for the war effort. And then they just tore down some rocks. It was pretty nice. It was some great teamwork. I very much appreciated it. I just heard a Phoenix go down on the main base, so I'm gonna guess that's what happened. And it looks like the Hydra Den is... Oh, no Spire? Alright, the Spire vanished on me and went just for a Hydra Den. And, I see now. He's really behind, so I think he's just gonna all-in. Which is surprisingly not an awful strategy. I mean, it's not the best strategy. Surprisingly, also not the worst. He does have like 3 queens, but they're going to be of absolutely no use in the coming engagement. It's basically all going to be on his roaches and all going to be on his Hydralisks. And honestly, Redfish is kind of in a crappy position right now because he doesn't have any sentries, and his ball is tiny. So even if he does get a Colossus out, and even if he does get range for that Colossus, all the roaches will just run around the bio units and absolutely destroy the Colossus. And I know Stalkers are technically armored instead of biological. However, I'm going to call them bio units anyway, because that's really how they function for Colossi. They function as that ball that kind of backs them up. And Sakura is moving out across the map. He actually does have a fairly strong amount of Hydralisks, and he does have +1 armor, which is an attack it's pretty good. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's, you know, Redfish, of course, has better upgrades. However, that doesn't really matter when the basically the backbone to your defense gets sniped in the first 3 seconds of the engagement. It looks like he's going to be trying to tear apart these Hydralisks, however. There's just too many, and Hydralisks do a lot of damage, especially combined with their Roach counterparts. And Sakura looks like he's just going to all-hit himself into a second victory here at the SCL. And I could definitely see him taking Impulse Gaming up 2-0 in this series versus their opponent's Team Solace. Team B. You know. And Redfish is just going to stay in it. Because I guess he hasn't lost the Nexus yet. That's kind of good. It's not the worst thing in the world. However, it's also not the best thing in the world. It really is not. And Sakura is just pushing into the main base. Man, he's just slaughtering through his opponent right now, especially considering the fact that he went for Hydras, and Hydras are kind of like the bad units for SC2, really. Hydras are like the very lowly respected units. So anyway, guys, if you want to continue to support the SCL, you can head on over to sc2clans.org, which is, of course, the website that organizes and puts on this wonderful event for me and my fellow commentators to scream at and yell at and call people stupid in, because that's really what we go for. That's where we get all the appreciation. Also, if you want to watch any other games that I've commentated, you can head on over to youtube.com/user/boisteroussc2. A lot of SCL VODs will be up there. It'll be quite nice. It'll be a nice little hangout spot for everybody to just go chillin'. So you guys should definitely check it out. Anyway, this is Boisterous signing out.